boogie 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 dance your hands up freely.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Welcome to episode 10. It's still April. April flowers were brought by May showers, however it goes. Today's theme on the Beverly podcast, which I'm going to tell you all about, is called Having It All.
Oh.
Which is important. And it's really not for you, Brett. It's really, it's for,
He doesn't get to have
it's
it.
for women. You men already have had it all their whole lives.
That's accurate.
You understand? And I don't want to get into toxic masculinity because I'm going to tell you something. I don't like that phrase. Yeah, I don't like it because there's an entire generation of men who are just hearing, every time they hear masculine, they hear it's toxic. And that's not true.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Are you what?
I actually do like that phrase.
What? Are you being fresh with me?
No, I'm not.
Why?
I'm really not. Because it gives, like, I've experienced it a lot in my life. It gives a name for a thing that's very real.
Oh, you have? Why? You got goosed
well,
at
I was
the
saying
office?
there is masculinity and then there's toxic
So someone stuck a hand up your skirt and touched you? and fiddle fondle fingered you?
No.
Then what are you saying? Explain what you're talking about. I know. Yeah, thank you. The dog, give him another bone. Hang on a second. So you're saying that you don't like toxic masculinity because people wanted you to play football, you didn't want to play football?
I did play football.
So then what are you talking about?
Brett had a giant neck.
A what?
Brett had a
neck.
Brett
from
had a
football.
giant neck from football.
Yeah.
Okay, and what? It's not.
No, I'm just saying hanging out with male groups, you can see where it becomes toxic.
What do you mean? Because they like to drink beer and watch pornography together?
No, more like like mistreating women, whatever.
But
like,
as a group? So you were mistreating women as a group?
No, I wasn't.
But
I'm
you
saying
said you
I
didn't
can
want to be a part of it anymore.
I think I'm defending the
All right, you
I
know
think
what?
I'm being good here.
Please, this is
right.
for women. I am asking for a moment
I
to
should have
speak for
ignored
the
it.
goddamn women of the world.
Yes.
Let me remind everyone who
I'm
Beverly-
on the side of that.
Stop talking. I am Beverly. Welcome to Jewish Goop, or sometimes it's called Jupe, okay? J-E-U-P, Gwyneth, okay? Meaning I am Beverly Ginsburg, Jewish boomer, okay? I talk about all the things that make me well, okay, and smart, and maybe you're going to get smarter and well in the process. Maybe. I'm not a doctor, okay, or a lawyer. I was a part-time speech pathologist in the 80s, but that was a very long time ago when my twin girls were little and I needed to get out of the house, you know what I mean? And back then you didn't need a degree, you know. I mean, you probably did need a degree, but I didn't have one. So I just told the local elementary school that I did, and I taught some kids. I speak English, and I'm using speech right now. Do you understand that I was able to impart how to talk to them? Okay, it wasn't difficult. It's not a hard job. Okay, sis boom ba. You can't.
I'm dinging it just in case that people feel like it's their profession and it was hard.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I didn't know that so you can't do a job without a degree in the job?
That's not. No.
You have a PhD in podcast producing?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, do you? What's your...
I should.
Yeah, you should. That's right. You should put it up on the wall when people come in so they feel like they're in safe hands. Give me a break, okay? I use speech. I told children what I was doing. This is how you learn. I moved my mouth, okay? Then the tongue made the words, and occasionally I didn't eat at the same time that I was talking. Job done, okay? That's how I demonstrated. You learn by doing. I talked at them. Okay, that's how you... Now I'm giving away all my secrets. Now everybody who wants to be a speech pathologist can just go out in the world and be one. Is that what you want? Then go ahead and go for it. Go for your dreams. Dreams do come true. They really don't. And I'm going to tell you something. I wish we would stop telling everybody that. Right?
Everybody getting a participation trophy.
Aim low. Aim low. Okay? Every goddamn graduation speech where everybody's, make your dreams come true, change the world, or be a plumber. It's a wonderful career. We absolutely gonna need plumbers. AI robots haven't taken over the plumbing industry yet. Okay? And you make a lot of money. You're not gonna call a robot if you need to snake your toilet and you don't want to do it yourself. You're gonna call a plumber.
True.
And you're gonna pay them as much as you can to get the goddamn toilet working again. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, then stop
Here.
riling me up, Brett. Okay. Anyway, at the time, speech pathologist working in the elementary school. I stopped after a while because I found out that 16 hours a week was just was taxing. Okay. And I was a young mother at the time. Ladies, you cannot have it all, but we will get to that. Okay. All right. Now, part of this journey that I'm on with this Yodcast, which is what it is, okay? So don't be mistaken that this is just a podcast. This is a Yodcast. It is a podcast if you're listening with your AirPods. It is a Yodcast if you're watching with your eyeballs, okay? So on my Yodcast, I like to take accountability. I think it's important. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. This is a cute mug, Brett. Did you give me that mug? Okay, is that cute? Can they see it? Okay, for those of you who are doing it as a podcast, not a Yodcast, it has an older, zaftig woman with a very pointy bra under her chiffon dress. And it says, this is a quote on it. It's a very wordy quote for a mug. My therapist told me a way to achieve inner peace was to finish things I had started. Today I finished 2 bags of potato chips and a chocolate cake. I feel better already. Anonymous. Now, who wouldn't have been proud to make that quote? That's so stupid. I'm going to take it. I'd like to put a little sticker on it that says Beverly Ginsburg. And then okay, this is inconsistent with the mug. On this, first of all, it has it printed on both sides. This picture with the woman looks like my aunt.
Same quote.
Annie, the same quote, and then on the side it says "Go girl" with with an exclamation point. Where did this come from? You bought this?
No, that was somehow a hand-me-down. I don't know how it got in my possession, but it was my mom's in the 90s.
Can I make a suggestion? You should do a mug clean out. It feels so good because here's the fun thing.
But I feel attached to that.
To this one?
Yeah.
And you let me use it. Oh, that's very kind of you. All right.
I like a weird mug.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. But get rid of the ones that you don't need anymore.
Yeah,
it's okay to do that. I remember I had a neighbor named Yvonne who gave me a mug with a ladybug on it. That's a true story. So anyway, okay. I find it's important to take accountability, you understand, for things that we have done. That's how we make the world whole, by acknowledging our imperfections and taking stock so that we can make our stock market go up. You understand? Okay. So here's what happened. It's about 39 years ago or so, and I was in Orlando. Okay. The divorce I took the girls to Disney World. The divorce from their father was very difficult. I felt like they need a little fun in the happiest place on earth. We all did. The Magic Kingdom, Epcot Center, MGM Studios.
Ooh, with the Muppet.
At the time, because
I was in the Muppets 3D. Gone now.
No, it's gone. It's absolutely. We all needed some fun. It wound up being a challenging trip for other reasons. Okay, at the time, I don't want to get into it, but that's not the point. That had more to do with Rochelle at the time, sneaking into Pleasure Island and drinking at Mannequin's nightclub. Okay, she was underage. She was 10, but she developed early. Okay, anyway, I spent time at the Disney jail with her while she sobered up. I mean, she was a hellion when she drank. Okay, but that's a lot of kids. Okay. Anyway, that's not really the point. Okay. I although I was held accountable for some of the damage that she did at the club. Okay. Not the she broke one of the cages. The girls are 10 or 11 years old. So I'm at Disney World and we snuck into the Grand Floridian, which is one of the Disney resorts. Okay. Are they fun to use the pool area? Okay. Yeah. And I'm sitting there. Okay. And then I don't really know what the theme is. Disney has those resorts where they do the Polynesian the theme is Polynesian. Yeah. The Grand Floridian, I guess the theme is Florida, but you're in Florida. So it's not a stretch. We snuck in, okay, because we were at one of the lower budget resorts. We snuck in and to use the pool area. I didn't really sneak in. I went in and demanded entrance and said that I had a room there and I couldn't find my key. And the guy didn't want to bother arguing with me. He was Cuban. I'm just saying. Anyway, there was a loud. What do you ring? Why do you want to ring the bell? Because I'm pointing out that he was a Cuban man. Maybe there are Cubans listening. Excuse me. I'm making the story relatable. There are people Cubans.
No, I'm
Let me explain something
about
to you.
that part.
There's a population of Cubans that live in Florida. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're all on the same page. Take your bell and shove it in your vagina. Okay. So, God Lord. Okay. The bell is here for your safety, and I'm sorry if your safety is being compromised by Dana. So, I'm at the pool area. The girls are wandering off, probably fighting with each other in the pool or whatever. And there's a very loud Australian new mother sitting next to me, complaining about how there is no Australian pavilion at Epcot Center. Now, I can do an Australian accent, so I can recreate it for you if you want.
Oh, you can?
Love it.
Ow! Excuse me, what? I'm doing the dialect. I didn't even say a word yet. I was just doing, hold on a second. Let me see what I say. Hey, no, pavilion at Epcot Center.
Oh, that's close.
Cena.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was very agitated. Now, I happen to be very bored. Okay. Because let me tell you the truth. Children, boring. Okay. At times. So, the girls were having a wonderful time. I left my book in the room. Okay. I didn't want to go all the way back to the budget resort to go get my book.
Yeah.
And this was before phones. So, no, I couldn't take out my phone and just obliterate my brain. Okay. So I had to talk to people. So I'm listening. And I'm going to tell you something. Despite the fact that she was Australian, she happened to be lovely. Do you know where Australians come from? The white ones? You know where they come from?
Where?
They come from Britain. Do you know which part of Britain? The prisons. They came from the prisons. They came from penal colony. They set up basically a giant insane asylum on Australia for the criminally insane. Okay.
You knew that, right?
I knew that, but I'm not saying that's
I'm just
all
saying,
the people now.
It is their descendants. So irregardless, she happened to, I'm saying she was lovely. I'm giving her credit. Okay. So she was breastfeeding or trying to, okay, but she was having a lot of problems breastfeeding the baby. Okay, which happens. Okay, that's a thing. Now, I did not breastfeed my girls because it was different when they were born. Nobody breastfed. Okay, it was considered like lower class. Like what? Oh, you can't afford formula. The doctors just said it has more vitamins. Okay, but anyway, I regretted it, and I knew I would have been a wonderful breastfeeder. Okay,
yeah.
I read all the books, so I offered my assistance to this new mother. I showed her. I showed her my breast. Okay, and I said, I don't have any milk. Okay, but give me the baby. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this. Because here's the thing. Because I didn't breastfeed my breasts at the time, even though I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
I had gorgeous breasts. I still do. They didn't do the deflation after post breastfeeding, which is something that you should consider when you're considering having a baby. Okay. Keep it tight. There's ways to do that. Okay. And one of the ways is to not breastfeed. They give you a shot to dry up the milk and then they're teardrops for the rest of your life. Ooh. So, it was absolutely gorgeous. I have a large nipple on one side, but that's another completely other podcast. Okay. One's like an acorn cap and one's like a salad plate. So I'm sitting there. Okay. And I showed her and I said, I'm not going to satisfy the baby. I'm basically going to be a flesh pacifier, but I'm going to show you. Okay. It's not crazy, by the way. And it's not sexual either. So don't make it sexual, Brett.
I'm not.
Okay. The baby, I put my nipple in the baby's mouth and the baby took to it like couldn't believe. Okay. Quieted right down. She said, let me have it back. He's hungry. I said, or she's hungry. It's a baby girl. Yeah. She said, she's hungry. I said, I don't think she is. I think she just wants soothing and she likes my breast right now. I'm happy to just hold her. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to kidnap a baby. Don't worry, everyone. I'm not a kidnapper. Surprise. So anyway, I'm sitting there. Okay. I'm breastfeeding. This is a baby. Here's what I regret. We're getting to the part I regret. Okay. The conversation I had with the mother while I was breastfeeding, not milk. It was a complicated conversation. We started out talking. Okay, this was fun. I remember it like clear as day about how we were both writing letters because we wanted to know why there was and still is no Australian pavilion at Epcot Center, which, naturally the conversation moved from there to the nude beaches, and we thought, yeah, they have a ton of them in Australia. And I remember talking about how much I loved in my younger years going to nude beaches and how Disney World was body shaming Australia. Maybe they felt they were going to be so authentic, that they were going to have to recreate the nude beaches and they didn't want that for a family resort. But they have Pleasure Island, which was 18 and up, so they absolutely could have cordoned it off. On and on about nudity, nakedness, and going through the motions while I'm breastfeeding this tiny little newborn Australian girl. Anyway, I probably stimulated a milk gland from, 1934 in one of my breasts. So she might have gotten a little something. Okay. I can't be sure. They left. I said goodbye to my new Australian friends I met on vacation. Never saw them again. Always wondered what happened to them. And that new mother, Alexandra Sensori.
Oh.
Imagine.
Are you kidding me?
No. Imagine my surprise when that newborn grew up to be naked all the time. Okay.
No wonder.
I hate to say it, but you heard it here first on the Beverly podcast. The world must stop blaming Kanye West for this. Okay. Ye is not responsible for his naked wife. I am.
This is breaking news.
And honestly, I don't even blame him for this, okay? He likes her naked. Big deal, okay? My first husband, Allen Ginsberg, not the one you're thinking of, also liked a naked wife. Excuse me.
You just had to be nude all the time?
Excuse me. I was the Bianca Censori of that marriage, okay? Naked all the time. You know what the difference is? Again, we're going back to your technology addiction. No phones, no proof. But I was naked on a bus. I was naked at CVS. I was naked at Temple Shirat Hayam, back when it was Temple Bethel, before it merged with Temple Israel, became one synagogue. Not the point, okay? Allen Ginsberg wasn't torn apart for loving his naked wife, and there might be plenty of reasons to hate ye. But naked wife is not one of them, okay? God, it feels good to get that off my chest. You know, my formerly sometimes naked in public chest, honestly.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I had no idea.
Oh, and Bianca, they're still here.
Oh.
They're still here. Do you remember? We had such a good time together. I hope you're doing okay. And love to your mother. And I still have to tell you something. To this day, and I think this is really something we should all say, there is no Australian pavilion at Epcot Center.
Still?
The entire, first of all, it would be so easy to cover that ground, considering that the entire continent is basically one country. They wouldn't have to do, it's not like you'd have to do, and by the way, I don't know if you've been to Epcot Center, they still only have like a small cart for Africa.
Oh,
Really?
No, it's not great. It's a very Eurocentric.
I've never been.
And you know, I love Epcot. Did you say you've never been?
Never been.
he's never been.
I'm a California guy.
Okay.
I've been to Disneyland.
Please tell me you've been to real Europe.
I've been to Europe.
Yeah,
I've been to real
he's-
Europe.
Okay.
And the nude beaches over there. I didn't know
Have
Australia.
you?
Yeah.
That's a
Were
funny.
you nude there?
No, I mean they're topless all the time over there.
Okay, then okay.
He didn't
I
let
guess
it.
that's not a nude.
He
nude
didn't let
beach.
it
You
flop
understand
out.
that's not a nude beach. That's just the way people are there.
I understand.
So
That's
now
what
you're
I'm saying.
shaming people for being topless because you're saying that they need to be in a designated area. I actually can't. He's such a narrow-minded person. That's what I find very difficult about this entire endeavor, but whatever. The most important thing is they found Lainey. They found Lainey. Okay, what did I
That's
tell
great.
you?
Finally, after how long?
I was about 23 and a half hours. They found
Wow,
her. Got her
kinda
right under.
close.
Yeah, she was at Mohegan Sun, the casino.
Oh, yeah.
the casino in Connecticut. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
she
familiar.
Yeah, we're going to get to your gambling
But
problem.
I'm from Connecticut, so you know.
Well, listen to me. Then you'll understand that they were going to check her into to residential treatment, and guess what? She went voluntarily.
Oh.
Okay, but then so what happened was, the whole situation was voluntarily.
Okay.
So here's what happened. Okay, she was going to check herself. She says she was going to check herself into residential treatment where she's been before. They know
Okay.
her. She's a frequent flyer.
Okay.
Okay. But then her Uber driver took her to the wrong place. Okay. I think she said McLean, which is the Girl Interrupted Mental Hospital.
Okay,
It is.
yeah.
Right in Massachusetts. And then fell asleep in the back and woke up at Mohegan Sun. And the driver was ESL. And that's not racist. That's not racist. You know, it's not. It's okay. The story has a happy ending. So why don't you just calm down for a minute? Okay. She said McLean. He heard Mohegan. Okay.
Okay.
Because his ear was tuned to Tunisian or whatever.
Okay.
You understand? It happens, but I'm not upset. Okay. So don't you dare stop with the bell. She's in a daze. Okay, she wanders through the slot machines like a zombie, okay, because she was not well. She has to be thinking she's either hallucinating or they have remodeled the mental hospital, okay? She sits down at one of the $15 blackjack tables, okay?
Okay.
Sits down, which there was only one, which drives me insane. Message to the indigenous owners of the casinos. Please, at 5 a.m., you can open more $15 tables.
Yes.
Okay? Not everyone wants to play 25. Give me a
Correct.
break. And here's where it gets interesting. Okay? She also plays the match. She never plays the match. The side bet, this goddamn dog is sitting on my foot. Now, one
He
foot.
likes you.
I know, but one foot is getting hot. Anyway, please, she sits down, okay? She plays the match. The dealer shows an ace of, or she gives her an ace of spades.
Right.
Okay.
Dealer shows an ace of spades. Dealer shows a queen of hearts. She gets a queen of hearts.
No.
It was a match on a blackjack. Okay. $14,000. Okay. Lainey was cured in that moment.
Yeah.
Of everything. She felt better. Now, did she lose 10K of that the following hour? She sure did. But
she came out ahead.
She left with $4,000, went back to her studio apartment in Alston, applied for a job at Trader Joe's. Boom, things are looking up. Excuse me. Now, Rochelle and I are not on speaking terms.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she tried to do a Venezuela on my dog.
What?
She broke in the middle of the night and attempted to kidnap my pug. What are you talking about? I'm just using shorthand.
Okay.
What do you call a Venezuela? A dictatorship? A socialist society?
A beautiful country.
It is, but not... Okay, well, I'm so sorry. I didn't know everybody was so supportive of Donald Trump all of a sudden. Anyway, she broke in the middle of the night, tried to kidnap my dog, which was insane behavior. Do you understand?
Yes.
It happened. What had happened was she said she wanted her puppy back, Canadal, which she is calling by another name. She claims it's the dog's real name, which it isn't.
What's the name that she's calling?
Chris, like Chris Kardashian.
That's
Chris
insane.
Jenner, named after the mother.
That's
of all
crazy.
Of them. I know it's crazy. That's what I'm telling you. It's Canadal, and I potty trained the dog to go on the pee pads, and now she wants it back? Absolutely not. We are bonded. We have an attachment bond. I can't do that. That's cruel. Okay, so we're not speaking until she gives it up. Which brings me today's topic. Okay, having it all, which you cannot. End of discussion. You have anything to add?
I guess not.
No. And you know what? The Talmud doesn't even talk about it. Okay? Doesn't even mention it. So guess what? It's impossible. And I know because I went to AI Talmud. Dana, you have it all?
No.
Do you want it all?
Yeah.
What is all of it anyway?
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay? Yeah, you know who can give me the biggest example of you cannot have it all? You know the biggest example of the proof? The proof in the pudding?
What?
Elizabeth Finch.
Yes.
She tried to have it all.
She really did.
She tried to have all of it.
She had it. She almost had it all for too long.
That's right. Here's what okay, first of all, for those of you who can't remember, Elizabeth Finch with an S, please. I can't.
She started there. That's already stretching it.
Thank you. Red flag number one. Elizabeth Finch is the cancer faker from Grey's Anatomy, and boy, did she get greedy to get all of it. She wanted it all, and then she learned real fast that you cannot have it all. You cannot fake cancer. You cannot fake that you have friends at the Tree of Life synagogue shooting. You cannot fake that you got a kidney from Anna Paquin, Oscar winner Anna Paquin, who shares my birthday July 24th. Okay.
That might be the craziest one of them all.
It's up there. You cannot fake that you have all of that. Your brother killed himself when he's alive and he's walking around and doing all the things that a pediatrician does.
Yep.
Okay. You cannot fake all of these things and marry a tortured woman, okay?
Yes, with all those kids.
With 5 children of her own, and mentally drive her off a cliff.
Wasn't she also in the military?
Oy vey, Esmer. That military, you're mixing your fake TV writing frauds.
Oh.
That's another schmuck. Okay? But I'm talking about Elizabeth because What?
Did she also fake something with the fires? She asked for money for the fires.
Oh, yeah.
This was a good one. Remember the fires?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we're in Altadena.
Yep.
Oh, my God. You can still see the burn scars out the window.
You can.
Yeah, it's traumatic, Elizabeth. Okay? I'm looking at a burn scar. These people had to evacuate their home, and I'm not convinced that we're all not getting lead poisoning right this second. But you have the cojones. And by the way, I know you love thinking that you have big, giant testicular balls hanging from your soul, and you don't, you coward. Anyway, you know what she did after the fires? She put out a little post on her Instagram saying, I'm raising money for the dog, not for people, for the dogs escaping from the Palisades, just the Palisades.
And just the dogs.
And just the dogs. Food for the dogs who've run away from the Palisades. First of all, where is she catching all the dogs on the way out? Number one. Number two, she's collecting dog food. This son of a bee. And I have to tell you something. As long as she is alive, this will never stop. We will continue to talk about it, to warn the public, to make sure that you are not taken advantage of by monster souls who like to suck your emotional wells dry. How dare she? And using dogs. What an idiot. By the way, on her post, she was like, Venmo or Zelle me directly. Yeah. That's how I know you. That's how we know you can't have it all. Because if you think that you have it all, if you're saying, Sure, I've been proven to be a sociopathic liar, but I'm just going to put my Venmo and Zelle out there for people to give me money directly. That'll work. So at the time, what I had said was, go give her 69 cents to go fuck herself.
Yeah.
Because it's a funny number, 69.
Yeah.
To joke,
That
do
is,
jokes.
yeah.
Isn't it fun? You know what it means? It means like two people are doing oral sex on each other. I don't know how, listen, there might be new listeners who've never heard what it is explained. They know 69 is funny, but they don't know why.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't know. Children
You gotta
are-
educate.
Listen to me. Here's what's happening. Your generation and the generation right beneath you has so much information from the internet,
Yeah.
but the younger ones are being raised now like Amish.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So they're not getting the information. They probably don't know 69. They don't know because the pendulum is going the other way. They're all learning how to whittle in and how to make stick shelters out of, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like they're foraging for berries and things like that. They're not learning. Their parents are so terrified of technology that they've won't let them turn on a light. You know what I mean? So we got to get back somewhere in the middle.
They all know 67.
They know
Okay.
Am I right?
7.
One of you morons are going to have to explain that to me. Go ahead.
We
there
don't
is-
know it. That's the thing is that I don't understand a
The
single thing about it.
The explanation is there is no explanation.
Okay.
But my thought is they're just 2 numbers away from an actually good number. Fun, you
See,
can
that to
have
me-
fun with the 69.
You've honestly just demonstrated some toxic masculinity right there. I feel sexually assaulted because here's the problem with 69. It's impossible to think of the number and not think of the people you're around doing it to each other. So I know
don't think about
you're
that.
looking at me and Dana and you're imagining what you're imagining.
I see it. I can see it in his eyes. He's like
So you understand?
spacing out,
That's not
thinking
fair.
about it.
She feels psychically sexually assaulted by you. And so do I.
All right, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I take
Yeah,
it. See,
thanks. I'll take it.
This
I'm
is
sorry you feel that way.
okay. So this is
Okay,
I'm
that's
just-
not even a
I'm
real.
just joking.
okay. I knew he was kidding because I'm starting to understand his tones. But listen. At the end of the day, as I said towards the beginning of this podcast about 100 years ago, this is about accountability and doing your part to make all the parts fit together.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I'm going to offer to you all, what I'm going to do to make the world better this week. Okay. Before I come back again. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
My doing is a not doing.
Ooh. Okay.
I am not going to take out a restraining order against my own daughter.
No, why would you?
Rochelle, because she's
the dog.
Venezuelan. I told you.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. We already explained what that meant.
No, you don't. Of course.
Okay.
Just taking out a restraining order would be.
What I'm saying is I don't need a criminal record that I put on my own daughter. If my daughter, I can't be responsible for that. I don't believe, listen, she's a family member. She's obviously hurting. Okay.
Yeah.
I basically took her baby away. Okay. But she gave it to me, but I took Canadal away, the pug.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the one who got used to sleeping with the snoring. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a pug, they snore.
Yeah, they're like snorking at all times. They have problems with their.
Oh, yeah. She can't breathe. at all.
Genetically,
That's right.
it's not-
Well, they're bred that way, so they look cuter.
I know.
Anyway, so for me, what I'm saying is I am within my rights, okay? Within my rights to call a court and say, Judge, I have a crazy daughter. She needs to be tied to a chair or whatever, however they maintain a, restraining. But I'm not going to. That's how I'm going to give her the credit for not Venezuela-ing me again.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Were you more comfortable if I say Hamas?
Okay. No, wait.
I don't know. I don't know why. I'm so I don't want to offend Hamas.
Well,
Anyway,
no, not that.
Okay, you know what?
I'm just.
I forget it.
Just I know the
while I
word
get the
in
hell out of
general
here,
just triggers.
this dog, my one foot of mine is on fire, and the other one is like ice cold. Do me a favor. Just do me a favor.
nice.
Explain what you're going to do. Maybe, goddamn, come up with something you're going to do to make the world a better place. We know you have a gambling problem, so we're going to get to that later. I know that you're not going to. You're going to what? You're going to go to. I have to go pee pee in your toilet. I'm going to go to the bath. You know what? I told you before. God damn it. That there's
It is
not
a
enough
tight.
room here.
It's tight corners.
You know something? You know what you could do here is put a little oil on each side, and I could squirt
you can
right
just-
through. You know what I mean? Do you use oil in the bedroom?
Oh.
Don't answer. Don't answer. That's personal. But you could. Coconut oil doesn't give you a yeast infection. I read that somewhere. Marshall always uses it.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm sex positive. I don't mind telling people. You understand? That's the difference between toxic masculinity and positive femininity. We just fixed
For
it.
the record, I was against toxic masculinity.
Oh my God.
I like the term.
Tell it to the judge. Okay, if you aren't subscribed yet, don't make me yell at you, okay? You can do the kosher monthly plan for $4 a month or the kosher yearly plan for $40 a year. You get episodes early, you get ad-free episodes, and you get access to additional Beverly content, including but not limited to mini episodes of my original true crime series, Finding Finchy, where I am determined to track down Elizabeth Finch, the cancer faker from Grey's Anatomy, and make her apologize to me for giving me the idea to fake cancer. If it weren't for her, I never would have done it. The Beverly Podcast and Yodcast are executive produced by Dana Wickens. Engineering and a bunch of other stuff is done by Brett Morris. Social media management is handled by Shannon Locke. And additional support and development for the Beverly Podcast came from the Jewish Writers Institute. So yeah, you got it. The Jewish World Controllers have their hands all over this too. Scary.
Boogie 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 boogie